Hello and welcome everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the power of the subconscious mind. And this is really just a tutorial about how the subconscious mind works, how we can then work with it and program it and use it to be able to be happier, healthier, and wealthier individuals. So without further ado, let's dive into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind. What is it? How does it work? All that kind of stuff. Well, let's go to what it is first off. Most people believe that the mind is just the mind. That everything we think and believe just is there. It's our conscious mind, it's logical, it's just like right in our head, beep, 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 bam, we're these logical beings, and everything in reality just comes from what we think. And we can expose our minds to anything, is that basic idea. People think, oh, I should be informed about the news of the world, negativity, it's fine if I express my, really dark emotions, if I yell, if I, scream, if I'm frustrated, that's all fine. People have those kind of beliefs because the mind is just logical. So, that's all just fine. But, in truth, a lot of that is very problematic. Because you see, people are not just, a conscious mind. We all have a subconscious mind. A mind that is outside of our conscious awareness. That's why it's called the subconscious or unconscious mind. So, the subconscious mind is a mind that does not work like our normal mind. Not only because we're not aware of it, but it operates a lot like a child might. This mind will believe anything that we tell it and when we are convincing about it. If we initially believe in something and then we're told over and over and over again that this isn't real, that this is the true reality, we will begin to believe that instead. Now, those may be heavy claims for some of you, at least to hear at first. But let's dive into it a little bit. When you drive a car, who is driving? Who is thinking about it? Sometimes, when you're driving a car, you don't even think about it. You just find yourself disassociating and ending up where you planned on going, without even thinking about the traffic, people around you, the stoplights, all that kind of stuff. And when you start driving a car as a teenager, it's pretty tough, you're like, oh, I gotta watch I gotta press the gas the right amount, I gotta watch the mirrors, I gotta check all the lights, I gotta remember what this intersection is, how this works, I gotta pay attention to speed, I gotta pay attention to gas, etc. There could be 18, 20 things to pay attention to, and it's really hard. The reason is because the conscious mind is having to focus on all those kind of things, because the person at a subconscious level has not yet programmed how all that kind of stuff can work. But later on, the person learns to do this and they just can do it effortlessly. This is because the subconscious mind is really helping them out here. It's taking a main role in letting them drive. So the conscious mind has very little to do. So the person thinks, this is easy. But then when they try to train somebody who's never driven a car before how to drive a car, then it's really hard for that person to learn how to drive a car versus the person who's been doing it for 20 years or something, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. It's no problem for them whatsoever. That is because of the subconscious mind. But the subconscious mind is in play with more things than just walking across the street or, driving a car. It comes down to a lot more than that. What we think about our lives is based on the subconscious mind. Our beliefs, how we interpret everything that happens in life, is primarily based on our subconscious mind. That is because our subconscious mind is estimated to be nearly 2 million times more powerful than the conscious mind. Now 2 million seems like a big number, but what about the number 2,000? Even 2. If you were fighting somebody twice as big as you, what are the chances you're going to win if you don't have more skills than they do, Now imagine somebody 2 million times stronger than you. How do you have a chance to win? This is based on the idea that the conscious mind can process roughly 2,000 bytes of information per second, versus the subconscious mind is estimated to be able to process roughly 4 million bytes of information per second. Sorry, I meant 4 billion bytes per second. Okay? Check my math later. Okay? 4 billion, 2,000, there you go. 2 million difference. Now, you don't need to believe that. You could say 2,000 times more, You could say 2 times more. Whatever the case, the subconscious mind is more powerful than the conscious mind. But the subconscious mind does not have good direction. That's why we often find ourselves doing things that we don't really want to do. And having experiences we don't really want to experience. We find ourselves just in these habits, these ruts. Why is that? Because habit is how the subconscious mind works. People who have these kind of problems. Imagine just you're trying to study for a test, say in college, and you find yourself just watching videos over and over and over again, getting emotions that you don't know where they're coming from. Where are they coming from? The subconscious mind. Beliefs that you have programmed into your subconscious mind start to dictate habits and behaviors, and they're driving forces that we can find ourselves doing things we don't even want to do, purely because they are outside of our conscious awareness. Now, let's get down to programming the subconscious mind, instead of just talking about, oh, it's so powerful, it can do all these things, blah, 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 blah. Okay? The subconscious mind does not just reach out into reality like a genie and just go blip, 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 oh, now you have a perfect life. No. The subconscious mind merely gathers more information and processes more information than the conscious mind. Okay? So the subconscious mind can see opportunities and see potential disasters that we cannot see. So if you have a really negative mental attitude, a badly programmed subconscious mind, when you go out to do stuff, it's going to set you up to fail. You're going to find yourself, say somebody wants to go back to school and get a degree in something. Say they're doing great and they really know this information, but when it comes to testing, they're really bad at it. They have beliefs that they don't test well, that they have problems with this kind of testing, and they find themselves having panic attacks, anxiety. A lot of that has a subconscious basis. Now you can argue genetics all day on many psychological disorders, but many of them have a high component of just being based on beliefs in the subconscious mind. Cognitive therapy is a good method because it tries to change the repetition of thoughts. There's an idea called neuroplasticity, that our brain is like plastic, that it is molded and shaped by the thoughts that we think, okay? So if I go and I watch, news these days, and it's super polarized news, because that's a lot of what the U.S. news is on both sides, it comes down to I'm just hearing be outraged, be outraged, be outraged. So what's going to happen? My subconscious mind is going to be outraged, it's going to be angry. And then one day I might be doing something and I drop my soda, and then I'm why am I so angry? I'll tell you why. Because you've been exposed to outrage, outrage, outrage. Why do some people, when they drink, end up being super angry, wanting to punch somebody, get in a fight, all that kind of stuff? Their subconscious mind, once again, is the source of that. If they're an angry person because they program themselves with so many angry thoughts over and over and over again, beliefs around that, then that leads them to do things they don't really want to do. They consciously wouldn't, because it's their subconscious mind. So knowing how the subconscious mind works, then it's a matter of how do we make it work for us instead of against us. The subconscious mind has no conscious, it's not a conscious mind. It is subconscious. It's outside of our awareness, but it also isn't just another person's brain. It is a giant powerhouse, but it's more like a giant computer than a powerhouse. Now it is a powerhouse in some regards, but maybe I'll get to that later. It's more a giant computer. What you tell it to do is what it will do. But you can't just tell it oh, I wish I had a brand new Ferrari, and then poof, you get a new Ferrari. No. See, there's this idea of visualization, affirmation, to be able to get the things that you want. And what you're doing is you're planting them in the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind then is seeing a reality where you can get that, and it's planning a way that you could actually achieve what you want to achieve. Now, that sounds a little far-fetched. It's the main principle behind books like Think and Grow Rich. There are many others that take that kind of approach, but Think and Grow Rich is one of the best ones. If you haven't read it, give it a read. But back on topic. When it comes to the subconscious mind, it's about programming it, okay? Repetition and emotion are really the keys to it. It's like a garden. You can either grow weeds or you can grow flowers. If you don't try to grow flowers, a bunch of weeds are going to spring up and take over your garden. So, that's what's happened to most of us. The school system doesn't program our subconscious minds to be happy, okay? We often get things like fear, negative emotion pushed into our minds, like if you don't study hard enough, you know, you're not going to graduate, you're not going to get into a good college, you're not going to get a good job, stuff like that. People at work are pushed the same way. If you don't do this, then you won't get a promotion, or you won't keep your job, or this or that. People all the time, their family, you need to do this, do that, do that, do that. It's just fearful emotions in the subconscious mind that then make us fearful people. And we find ourselves doing things that are like fearful. And we're like, why are we doing fearful things? Why am I having testing anxiety? Why am I not able to like do these kind of things that I really want to do? Why can't I achieve my dreams? Often it's because the subconscious mind is holding us back. See, Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich has an idea of two rivers, okay? One flowing one way when the conscious mind and the subconscious mind are in harmony. This river flows on to wealth, prosperity, everything the person wants. They just get that kind of thing with time. Now, it takes time. It's not like you can just snap your fingers, because the subconscious mind doesn't just shape reality, as I said. It sees the opportunity, and it allows you to, also see the opportunity. It presents you with intuition, ideas, inspiration, those kind of things. That all comes from the subconscious mind. Our emotions come out of that subconscious mind. Now, Dr. Wayne Dyer, sadly no longer with us, but he had a great idea about this one, about orange juice, okay? That when you squeeze an orange, what you get out of it is orange juice, okay? Now, you may want lemon juice, lime juice, peach juice, but when you squeeze out of it, you're going to get orange juice. And that the subconscious mind works the same way. If you're a fearful person, if you're an angry person, when you squeeze your mind, then you're going to get anger. If you're a really happy, loving person, when you squeeze the mind, you're going to get love. Okay, that's the basic idea, but I don't want to go too in depth with this, because I just want to give you a basic tutorial of how the mind works. Of how, how the subconscious mind works is kind of a better one, but really it's the balance of these two. Because you want to have the conscious mind able to deliver thoughts effectively to the subconscious mind so that you can become a happier, healthier, and wealthier person. Now, the way you go about doing this starts with the process of affirmation and visualization. Affirmation, visualization is exactly what you want in order to achieve things, okay? So affirmation, has been made fun of a billion times. People are all like, that's just fake stuff. Person says they're doing well, but they suck, and where do they go in life? The thing is, affirmation is a process of repeating statements that get into our subconscious mind, okay? Because our beliefs are programmed by a lot of things we don't want often. Like, say, you have a bad experience as a kid or something, and somebody tells you, this is your fault, you're just an unworthy person, you always, screw up stuff. If they hear this every day, you're such a screw up, you're such a screw up, every single day, then that belief will be programmed, and then when they see a test they could pass or do well on, their subconscious mind is going to make them want to do things that are not going to help them do well on that test. And then suddenly they're going to screw up because the belief wants to express itself, to come true. Now, that's a little deep for this idea, but when it comes to starting on programming your subconscious mind, once you understand the idea that it's there, that there's a mind out there, not out there, that you have this subconscious mind that's way more powerful, that can really help you or hinder you. What you want to do is limit your negative exposure first off. Things like the news, things that really affirm negative emotions. Now, this doesn't mean you can't still watch horror movies or enjoy your fun time. You can, okay? You can still watch some news, all that kind of stuff. But just be aware that when you hear negative things, it's going to start the process of building negative beliefs or strengthening those beliefs, okay? Now, if you want to be happier, healthier, and wealthier, what you really, really, really need to start with is affirmations. Now, the best affirmation I can recommend for anybody starting out doing affirmations, and even if you're experienced at it, has to be from Dr. Emile Coué. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Okay? Now, Dr. Emile Coué was working with these people with somatic symptom disorders that cause them to think they had illnesses. They could be, my leg, I'm sure it's broken, it really hurts all the time. When actually, there's nothing physiologically wrong with their leg. Their leg is fine. They just think that there is something wrong with their leg, okay? So what you want to do in that case, for that person, is Dr. Emile Coué gives them this affirmation. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better, okay? This affirmation is really effective because it is telling them that every single day, in every way. So not just like their somatic disorders, but also like their mindset or their ability to write novels or do anything, okay? That every day, in every way, okay, like every single thing about them, it's getting better and better. Now, it's not too specific. It's not like every day in every way, like I'm getting 85 times better, because like that seems pretty impossible. But it seems very possible and even plausible that we could get better every single day in every way, just a little bit. Maybe 0.0001%, but every bit counts. Now, when it comes to the subconscious mind, it's a belief that programs. So, like a person initially might not believe that that is true, but if you repeat it enough, okay, then it can become more and more true to the subconscious mind. You'll believe it more and more, particularly when it is used with emotion. When a person says something like, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. And they believe that that is possible. The subconscious mind does not have a good understanding of the past, the future. It really almost understands all of reality as being like the present, okay? Which, can be good, can be bad. But basically you can't say, oh, someday I will be better, because it doesn't understand someday. It only understands today. It only understands right now, the second, the present moment. Now, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. See, that kind of statement, if you use it over and over again, say even just once a day, okay, and you use emotion, you really feel it, and you can see yourself getting better and better every day, that starts the process of programming the subconscious mind. Now, I will later give you guys some videos on how to also help the subconscious mind in a few other ways. There are some other good ways to do it, like weeding up a bunch of negative emotions, particularly fear-based emotions, perfectionism, guilt. I'll give you guys those kind of videos. But for now, just know that there's this mind outside of our awareness, okay, the subconscious mind. It is not conscious of its existence. It can't protect itself. Whatever we think and allow into our minds gets planted there, and what we repeat and use emotion gets planted even deeper, okay? And what we want to do is make our minds more positive so that our minds present us with better and better opportunities and happier events and just emotions. So that's basically it. So, the best takeaway from this is, well, I just summarized it, but every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Thank you.